Hey, what's happening, Dan? How you doing? Wait, what? You're gonna send me that? You want me to mod that Sega Saturn? Oh, dude. You're gonna make everyone so jealous. This is gonna be quite a treat. Everyone, let me introduce you to the Skeleton Sega Saturn. So not only are you guys in for a treat, but I'm in for one too. I've never seen a Skeleton Sega Saturn in person, and I am honored to be able to work on this one. So let's go ahead and rip this bad boy open, and let's start doing some mods. So first on the docket is to install a region-free BIOS. The console is region-locked to Japan only, but you know, we want to play games from all regions, whether it be NTSC-J, NTSC-U, or PAL. So let's go ahead and use our hot air rework station to go ahead and pull the legacy BIOS off and put the new one on. Next we're going to do what's called an FRAM mod. So those of you who have a Sega Saturn or have experience with it know that the battery on it tends to die very quickly. And when it does, all your saves are gone. So what the FRAM does is it basically changes it so it's not battery dependent to save your data. And this will allow for when the inevitable battery dies, you will not lose your game saves. So one thing Dan and I talked about extensively was adding LEDs and how we were going to do it in a tactful and tasteful way. and one of the things he definitely wanted was RGB LEDs, and quite frankly, who can blame him? This gives you the ability to change them on the fly, and even turn them off if you really don't want them on. So we ended up saying we were going to do two RGB LEDs in there, one for the power, and the other one sitting in the CD tray, so you can light up the disc. I don't know if it's just me, but this part made me really nervous. You got to be very careful. It's obviously a clear console, so you got to be very, very tactful in the way you go ahead and, cut anything out or anything like that. But at the end of the day, the cuts came out super clean, and, it's made out of ABS plastic, the same as, any of the other Sega Saturn consoles. So it ended up cutting and cleaning very nicely. So I wanted to pull everyone in really close here and just kind of show, what the actual install looks like once everything's hooked up. And the reason why I wanted to do this is when you have a console that's clear, wire management, cable management, everything needs to look super, super clean. And I wanted to show everyone kind of how all this looked once it was all said and done, because at the end of the day, you can barely tell that anything's there looking at it from the outside. Alright, mod work's done. Let's button this thing up and take a look and see how we did. Well, I'd say the console turned out absolutely fantastic. The Skeleton Saturn is one of the best looking consoles I've ever seen, and I gotta be honest, after having this thing in hand, I am super jealous. I think I might need to find a way to add one of these to my collection, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But the question then becomes, she looks great, but how does she play? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. First on the docket is NBA Jam Tournament Edition. This is a US retail copy. This happens to be one of my favorite games of all time, so let's play as the Chicago Bulls and see if we can dominate like we did back in the 90s. Next up is another absolute favorite of mine. It's X-Men vs. Street Fighter. This game requires a 4 meg cart, so you're going to see that in the background. But this is one of the best fighters you can buy, and I would highly, highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't played it. And last but certainly not least is Vampire Hunter, or Darkstalkers here in the US. This is obviously the Japanese retail version of the game, and again, another one of my favorites. Definitely something you have to check out. I still absolutely love this game to this day. Let's check it out. Well, as you can see, the games on there absolutely work fantastic. All games from all different regions work perfectly. But hold the phone for a second. I forgot to show you guys the RGB LED mods. So let's boot up the phone app and let's check it out. As you can see, the RGB LEDs can be any color we want them to be. And on top of that, you can even turn them off if you want. Heck, if you want to get really crazy, you can even go ahead and sync it to music that's on your phone, or you can use your phone's built-in microphone and sync the RGB LEDs to the noise around you. This is just one more thing that makes this unique console even more custom. I want to thank Dan very much for letting me work on this console for him. Not only was it a lot of fun to do, the mods, but it was also one of the most unique and awesome consoles I've ever had the opportunity to work on. And I want to thank all of you very much for checking out the video. If you liked the video, please leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Till next time, guys, have a good one.